For me, I think that to learning is about a continuing process. We have to learn for a lifelong learning throughout our life, right? But the condition, the requirement for learning is that we have to open our mind for learn. If you think about the subject that you feel bored or difficult for you, even though the content, even though the lecture themselves, you might feel that it's hard for you to learn, right? Because at that time, the gate of learning is closed. So I would like to take these 2 days for us to learn together, open our gate for learning together. So I would like you to take this chance to do the activity, to think, to ask the questions you would like to know the answer, and then we learn together. Maybe you can share your experience, even though you are some of you are the novice, or we call the beginning teachers. But I think that you have experience as a learner before, and maybe have experience as a teacher for a while. So I think that you have something to share with us. Okay. Anyone respond to that form already? Google form? Please raise your hand. I send the link email. Answer already? Not yet. So you may have the chance to answer for today, because tomorrow we have a lucky draw for the person who respond to this form. And I have a big prize for you tomorrow for a lucky draw. And I just going to pick up the most lucky person tomorrow. So be sure that you attend 2 days, right, to the workshop, okay? So please respond to the forms. So the form that we ask you about the general information, your background, it's very simple question that you can take 5 minutes to answer all questions. But it's very valuable information, because LI or I can know you more. And it will be like a set of baseline for us to know you and help you to develop from your baseline, okay? So please do that. I will start the day with the task that I call the analogy of teaching and learning. When you think about the teaching and learning, what analogy that you can use for represent that teaching and learning, okay? I have the worksheet for you, and I will distribute to you, each of you, okay? 1 แผ่นต่อ 1 คนนะครับผมครับคนละแผ่น In this worksheet, I would like you to draw the picture of teaching and learning. That question is quite similar to the questions in the Google form that you may respond already, but this time you have the chance to respond in more detail. And you can add the details about the picture, okay? So I'd like to draw the picture of teaching and learning. You can think about teaching is like what, and you draw the picture. And from the picture, you can use the color, draw it to make it a beautiful picture about teaching and learning. And you describe that in that picture, where the teacher is, where the learner is, or where the learners are, and where's the teaching and learning process occur. Okay, I will leave that task for you about 10 minutes. So anyone who finished your drawing of analogy of teaching and learning, please bring your worksheet, your paper there, and to post here, please. We have the sticky tape for you already. And the most beautiful lady, young lady, Phim, will help you. Of course, it's now the time that I would like to gather around here to listen to the presentation, please. And we will start from the first guy at the rep here first. I will start from here first.
Let me explain more in Thai, in both Thai and English. I give my learning process is like make something like a handmade. Yeah, the learner makes the things, and the teacher give any resources to the learner, and learner use their own imaginary and and their thought to give the handmade. So the process, the lecturer give the suggestion or any learning topic to them. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. มันเหมือนกับว่าเราพยายามที่จะให้ผู้เรียนนะคะได้แสดงออกถึงความคิดแล้วก็จินตนาการของตัวเองบนที่ผู้สอนเนี่ยกำหนดหัวข้อการเรียนรู้มาแล้วก็ให้ผู้เรียนกับมีโอกาสได้แสดงความเป็นเจ้าของในของชิ้นนั้นแล้วก็แสดงการมีส่วนร่วมให้มากโดยเราเหมือนกับแอบแฝงหัวข้อการเรียนรู้เข้าไปในของที่เขาเป็นคนทำขึ้นมาเองเขาจะได้มีความภูมิใจแล้วก็เหมือนกับส่งเสริมการเรียนรู้โดยที่เขามีส่วนร่วมให้มากอะค่ะแล้วก็เรามีหน้าที่แค่กำหนดหัวข้อกำหนดการวัดแล้วก็ประเมินผลเพื่อให้ไปยังเป้าหมายที่เราอยากจะให้เขาเรียนรู้ค่ะคุณค่ะ
Very good. Okay. Said, summarize. She presented already. Summarized. Thank you, อาจารย์อาจารย์จุนครับ please.
ครับ Hi. Well, I kind of when we're talking about the learning and teaching that I really like to see, if you can imagine back a little bit, when you go into a noodle shop, right? You see, especially the famous one, right? You have the cook, and usually the children, maybe the son, daughters, or maybe some cousins, come around and help out, right? So that's what I imagine how learning is, right? So we are good at something that we actually service the customer, because we don't just do it. We make doodles, meatballs, and everything else to serve the customer. And while we're making it, we are good at it, and then we teach our children to do it, right? We show them how to do it. We let them do it, right? And then of course we advise them. Some of them might do the meatball very good, and then we keep having them doing meatball. And of course, once in the service hour, then they come in, they help, they serve, and usually when the customer complain, the first person who hear it is the one who served the waiter, waitress, right? So the children learn, right? Sometimes there's too much pepper. This one is good, right? So they keep learning, right? And at some point, maybe the children can come up with a new product. I'm thinking about the noodle shop kind of like in the next soy from my house. At first, they come up with the noodle and the minced pork, and they're quite good with the lime with it. It's quite new and it's quite famous. It's in Sukhumvit Soy 26, if you ever heard of it. Yeah. And once they expand, the children help, and I don't know who come up with it. Then they come up with the fish ball, and they make a new dish for it. And I mean, I think 5 years later, they come up with the shrimp balls. And they keep on. Even now, they even have sweet to go after the meal as well. So it's like the whole family grow up. And unfortunately, I think the last 5 years, they broke up. I mean, the parents die, and some of the children go to do just the sweet. One of them actually carry on with the shop. So that's what I think imagine learning is. We're good at something, right? We take on we try to serve the customer, and we want to expand. So we bring in the protege, and they do it and learn it at the same time. Good. So that's my idea. Thank you.
Great. from your descriptions made me see the picture and hungry. Okay. um, cannot answer. Salit something. Okay.
Hi everybody. My name is Masamrit. You can call me Yeah, for me, actually, when I was young, when I was in high school, many people say teacher is like a mole. It's like a mole. It's like a คุณครูคือแม่พิมพ์ของชาติ or something like that. But actually, student is a life form. They have own identity. They are different. So I think for me, student is like a seed. We are like a gardener. So actually, when we watering is like we give them knowledge, give them we teaching them or something like that. But we never know which part of our knowledge they use it to grow them up, because there are different type of plant, different type of seed. So but normally as a lecturer, as a teacher, we could inspire from them as well, because it's something like how beauty they grow up. They have a different way to grow up. So yeah, we are like a gardener.
Okay. So I'm also talk about the assessment as well, right? So the gardener can measure the height of the tree and count maybe the leaf of the tree. Yeah. So the assessment. Okay. อาจารย์ธริพงศ์ครับ please.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. In morning. Okay. For my opinion, compare between teacher and my student. Compare is Peterman and my student compare is passenger. I will take skill and knowledge to go. Yes. Okay. ก็คือผมเปรียบเสมือนคนพายเรือครับก็คือผมจะมีหน้าที่ที่จะสอดแทรกทักษะหรือองค์ความรู้ต่างๆนะครับที่จะให้ผู้เรียนเนี่ยเขามีทักษะเพื่อที่จะเอาไปต่อยอดในอนาคตซึ่งระหว่างทางเนี่ยมันอาจจะมีลมหรืออะไรแต่ว่าสิ่งที่เราจะสอดแทรกเข้าไปเนี่ยต้องให้ผู้เรียนได้รู้ว่าทักษะการพายเรือเป็นยังไงการบังคับเรือนะครับให้ตรงกับเป้าหมายที่เราตั้งเนี่ยจะต้องทำยังไงนะครับก็เปรียบเสมือนวิชาที่เราจะถ่ายทอดให้ผู้เรียนโอเค for my opinion โอเคจริงๆเนี่ยถ้าจะการเรียนที่ดีเนี่ยต้องให้ผู้เรียนได้ฝึกพายด้วยอย่างผมเองเนี่ยเป็นคนอีสานครับก็คือพ่อเขาจะถ่ายทอดการทักษะการพายเรือว่าการเอียงองศาของไม้พายเนี่ยจะต้องทำยังไงบางคนจะพายสองข้างอาจารย์เห็นไหมครับการพายเรือต้องบางทีมันอาจจะเอียงซ้ายเอียงขวาแต่สำหรับทักษะตัวนี้เป็นทักษะที่สำคัญว่าถ้าเราพายหนึ่งข้างเนี่ยองศาของไม้พายเนี่ยจะประมาณกี่องศาซึ่งพ่ออย่างของผมเนี่ยพ่อเขาจะบอกว่าต้องเอียง45องศานะหรือการที่จะบังคับให้มันซ้ายเนี่ยต้องเอียงไม้พายยังไงอะไรเงี้ยครับคือสิ่งเล็กน้อยมันอาจจะถ่ายทอดอันนี้คือเป็นจุดสำคัญของการเรียนรู้นะครับซึ่งสำหรับผมเองเนี่ยเราต้องสอดแทรกพวกนี้เข้าไปด้วยนะครับประมาณนี้ครับผม
Thank you so much. Okay, อาจารย์ชลิตา please.
It might be in mathematics ways. I'm gonna set as a triangle, and the teacher or the instructor will be one angle of the triangle. I don't mean to be in the top. You can be in this way or this way. It doesn't mean teacher have to be on the top. It can be any direction. Okay, natural way, student and the teacher away in the opposite way at the beginning. So I set the student in the opposite line of the angle. So this is our work, so how to join the angle and this line. So the teaching and learning to be the thing to join these two things. So I draw like a green line, if you can see the color. There are many green lines from the teacher to the student. That means there are many ways to teach, there are many ways for teaching and learning. It depends on what is our student, so what their position, what's their background. So there are many ways to teach them. And I also set this line to be two direction. That means not only the teacher give the student have to share their knowledge to the teacher as well. Okay, this is the basic plan. I would like to add one more idea. So if you set the result of the teaching and learning as the area of the triangle. So if go back to you. So if you want to find the area of the triangle, how can you find? จำได้ไหมคะสูตรการหาพื้นที่สามเหลี่ยม So I need the hand from mathematics how to find the area of the triangle. 1/2 of the length of height and length of the 1/2 คูณฐานคูณสูง So that means if you want to find the final result, you have to need the baseline, which is the student, and also the perfect way of the teaching and learning. You see the shortest line, which is the perpendicular line. So this is the work of the teacher, how to set this line to the student to find the area. If you set the result to be one thing, it depends on the triangle. One triangle have only one perfect way to find the area. So it depends on how you set the result.
Interesting. Thank you. Wow, it's a mathematical expression. Interesting. But first time that I seen this like a rice field for me. I think this it is a rice. when you describe it, it's not okay. That finish. Okay, so we have a new one. Newcomer, please. We have 2 newcomers, right? And you draw already? Finish? You draw now? Okay. Please, you can show to.
Hello ครับ my name is พุทธครับพุทธแสงกล้านะครับ I'm from School of Architecture and Design. For my metaphor for the teachings or maybe like the classrooms, in my idea is this might be this might be somehow against school policies or believing, but I kind of thinking about a pub, yeah, but not that typical, not that like discotheques or having fun pub. More it's like an Irish pub. I think it's illegal. Yeah, but especially it's not. To be precise, is when it's more like a pub when it's not passing the midnight, where the people's coming to hang around with friends, or basically the peoples who are interesting to come, right? So in the pubs, what I like about the pub is not having fun or drinkings and get drunk, right? But I like the vibe of the pub when we are sitting there with our people that we like or we love, we know, right? And then we shares our experience, share our knowledge. Believe it or not, there's a lot of ideas and the lots of idea for the project that was developed or happened accidentally in the tables of the pubs, right? Maybe a little bit of drink, but I kind of like when people sharing ideas when they don't have to think so much, right? They just be there and we honestly think that, okay, today I going there and I meet these guys and then he shared this and then that, and then the idea was developed in that maybe just 2 or 3 hours, and then if students in to be compared, if student can just leave the status of being student, and us as a Ajahn, we leave our status as Ajahn, and then we are co-workers, we are colleagues to one certain topics, right? And then we can share everything's in the same levels, but in different angles, different perspective. Maybe some new idea can pop up, right? Student can, I think they can learn a little bit more faster when they know that, okay, their Ajahns was the same people, like คอเดียวกันนะครับ right? When they want to ask something, they can just ask freely, right? And then basically they want to be there to share, not forced to be there by the duty of students. ครับ something like that.
Wow. So the teacher and students bring together in a prep. Okay. Please, Ajahn.
All right, thank you. Sorry for coming a bit late, getting some meeting out there. My name is Supachai Wongbunyong. I'm from FIBO. You can call me Sung. Okay. All right. For my perspective, I think teaching and learning is like forging process. Let's say the teacher is blacksmith, and the students could be steel or iron or copper or brass or whatever. So I believe that every student got their own characteristics, and each one got because of different type of material, they got a different characteristics and the strength. What we need to do is we have to look at our students. We have to look at them and find out what is the strength things that you can get from them. Let's say the students you may get, let's say the skills of everyone is different. So in the role of teacher, I think what we need to do is not just use the hammer to put the power on the material, right? But what we need to know is what is a suitable situation, what suitable ecology that we can prepare for each students. So that's why I think for teachers and students, it's like a forging process. Thank you. Different. Yep. Someone could be fat, right? So someone could be very slim. So and different material. So everyone is different. I think everyone has their individual character. So I think the best teacher is how we can find that strength from each students. So that should be the most important things. Thank you.
So the teachers hit the student in this analogy. Hit with the hammer, yeah, and you'll be punished at the end. Okay. So from this activity, we call it analogy of teaching and learning. It helps you to conceptualize your belief about teaching and learning, your belief about teachers, your belief about students, and about the teaching and learning process. It helps you to explicitly explain your conception of teaching and learning to us, okay? And we can divide it two modes, two main conception of teaching and learning. The first one we call transmission mode of teaching and learning. You know the word transmission, right? So the one who is a transmitter and students as receiver of maybe the knowledge, the information, the facts, the theory, the laws that you would like to transmit to the students. That is quite a one-way communication, one-way communication approach. Okay, and the second one is like a constructivist mode of teaching and learning. And that concept, the teacher will not be like a transmitter of knowledge at all, but will be like a facilitator who helps students construct knowledge by their own. So students have their individual differences. They can construct knowledge differently according to that individual differences. Okay, so it can be like a short knife, a long knife, depends on or others shape that they will like to be. Okay, not just the same shape from your hammer, not just like that. So when you explain this analogy of teaching and learning, I'd like you to rethinking again that which one that you incline to be. You incline to be a transmission mode of learning, of teaching and learning, or you incline to be the constructive mode of learning, teaching and learning. And I would like you to think that which one will be the better modes of teaching and learning for our students. So from this, I would like to color it, but later, okay, and to think about it later that okay, I would like to be like help students learn, and we learn together, we share together, rather than you sit here and you receive my information that I will present you from my PowerPoint presentation, and after that I will test you. Done. Okay, that might be a traditional mode of teaching and learning that might be not suit with the trend that KMUTT want to go. Okay. Okay, who choose science teacher? And who choose nothing?
I think neither of them actually, because like scientists may be good at working, do something, but the transferring the knowledge to people is something else. And the science teacher, yeah, is not good at like practicing what he knows. But okay, he's a science teacher, but it still doesn't mean that he's a good teacher. So I think neither of them.
But I disagree with these opinions because I think I'm a scientist. And because for my teaching style, I use my knowledge and how do I say, just like I did experiment and then I got a result and then I try to share my experience and knowledge that I got from this. It's just from experience share to students. But I feel like the science teachers just read from the book. They have no experience, even though they are just like transfer knowledge, but it's not, no. I think experience to experience is better.
Please, Danchuk.
I think it's science makes specific something, but science teacher teach general science.
Graduated in general science. Okay, maybe the level of the knowledge they occupy, right? Okay, so the scientist, Dan Chun, please share your opinion.
I think really it's too broad a question. I think if we assume that the scientist is good at sharing and kind of guiding the students as well as good in his field, then yes, I think the scientist would be a better teacher compared to a science teacher who is quite good in science. I think that's, but to my experience, I think most scientists are not as good a teacher. So, I think in general, but it's not everybody. Here we are perfect lecturers. We are very good at teaching, right? But in general, I think most of the time, because when even in engineering, I think we are not actually trained to guide the new generation up because we were not taught that way. So in this context, I think in general, I would think the science teacher would be a better teacher in this case.
Okay. From yeah. Yeah. Okay. One more from the science teacher side. Do you want to? Who choose science teacher? One more. Science teacher,
Actually,
please.
I would love to choose both.
Both? You should
Because
both?
they are kind of, yeah.
You cannot make decision? Cannot make decision?
Well, no, because I think maybe they're good depends on the level of the education of the students as well. I mean, if you teach like first year bachelor degree students, maybe scientists, maybe the science teachers can explain better. But for the master degree and PhD degree students, maybe scientists would give them better guidance. Yeah.
Another condition. Okay. So anyone else would like to share your opinion? Anyone else? Yeah. So you would like to share, right?
I already shared last session already, but I agree. Yes, pretty much. They got like their own strength on this one, but I think the scientists get if it's get to deeply understand of some science, or you need some experiment, or you need some hands-on things that you can share with students. Yes, for sure, scientists should be better. But if you want to teach like general science, and you want to make like the average, or is try to get the student to understand the background or some general idea that sometimes is very, very important in order to get the good foundation before going upward to the most advanced level. I think scientific teacher is better. So I think it depends on the topics and the level of students and
So the first and second year,
a lot of things.
we let the science teacher teach. Right, the third and fourth year, we let the scientists teach. Okay, we divide that like that.
Probably.
To make it simple. Okay, so it just the questions to raise your attentions, and it will link with this activity. If we all have the same learning objective, that we would like to teach the student to be able to do experiment and describe the properties of material regarding density correctly. If you were the teachers, the grade 5, to teach for grade 5 students,ป. 5 primary students, grade 5 students, how will you teach density to them? Okay, that's the goal. So I would like you to group not more than 4 persons for each group. So that one okay, that one okay. So and I would like you to maybe join with Said and Mike here to be a one group, please. And that one group already. So at the group now, you would like to change the group or not? You see the face of your friends, and I cannot work with this person anymore. So you like to change, please. You like to change to be here? Okay. So we have the material here. This is a station for you as a teacher. We have the paper, we have like oil here, we have the scale here, we have fish tank, we have the grasses here, we have like a plastic bowl here, we have the clay here. That one we use normally in our kitchen, okay? So that one also to be dirt, okay? And scissor here and ruler here. So you can pick as you want. But before pick the material, I would like you to discuss in your group how will you teach, what the kind of activity that you make the conclusion that I will teach like this. So then you can pick that material, okay? That is maybe a short activity about 1 hour or 30 minutes activity, okay? Please give them the paper, the A4 paper, A4 paper, 2 or 3 pages, so they can draw their ideas in the paper. Okay, so now we start from the first group who will demonstrate the teaching of density to grade 5 students. So now you all are the grade 5 students. So please be a good students for them. Please come on the stage here. Yeah.
Okay, good morning, our cute student. Who is the oldest in this room? Oh, who is the youngest? Okay, great. Okay, so today we're going to talk about, we're going to teach you about the density. Is anyone know about density before? No. Why? Okay, so the first thing is like a game. So we have two objects, let's say A and B. So it's your turn. Guess which one going to be more weight? Same. Okay. Who choose A? Raise your hand. Okay. Can I have your reason why you choose A? Please trust our team. Okay. Who choose B? Why? Why you think? Okay, and how about who should you say equal? They are the same. Why? So you mean the difference thing in these two things give the different weight, right? Yeah, this is the. Okay. So if both of them is the same thing. So which one gonna be more weight? If the thing inside is the same thing. So which one have the เด็กสอนยากมากเลย Please be kind to the teacher. Okay, so I give you more chance to make decision by just touch it or weight by yourself. Who should be, or who wanna try? You should be, right? You wanna change your mind? You wanna change your mind?
The question is, which one is
have more weight? เอาต้อง A นะคะ Why you change your mind? Okay. So what do you think the thing inside the same thing or not? Not the same thing. Okay. Is anyone wanna try it? You say both. When you try, you wanna change your mind. Now maybe you can. A. So now you change your mind. Okay, you want to test? Sure. Okay, so this is for the first point of our class today. So that means the size of the object doesn't give you the correct answer. So I should have some quality in the thing inside that make these two objects have the different weight. So this one we call the density. Okay, so you can open it later to see what is inside. So that means these two things have the different density. Okay, so now you have a roughly know about the density, right? Or do you still don't know anything? Okay, so now we turn to the next lesson, I can say. Okay, so we have this clear liquid and the yellow liquid here. Okay, so you don't know what to see. Okay, so they have the same volume. I mean, lovely. Okay, you can see this one. So if I pour, okay, so if we maybe which one have more weight? More water. Or this is water. How do you know? I'm joking. Okay, so you choose this one. Okay, and how about this one should be less weight, right? Okay, so if you pour the yellow one to the clear one, what happened? On top. What does it mean by that result? Because you are the youngest student. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So ลองได้ค่ะ Yes. So that means the So I'm gonna show you that not only if we have like a fixed volume, that means we have the same volume of the two things. So the one with the more density will be in the lower one, and the one have the less density could be on the top. Okay, you can see this one like if you have you been to the Dead Sea? Yeah, that's why some of them can be float on the sea. But if you are like in the swimming pool, where you cannot, where you drop to the bottom of the pool. Okay, this is the get idea of the density. Okay, thank you. If you want more detail, read the chant of the next group. Thank you.
Thank you. Next time. Not this time. Okay. Wow, interesting. That is the first group demonstration of their design teaching about density. So we go to the second group. Now here, teacher, please. Wow. Please go to the stage, please. So, okay.
มันไม่พออะครับมันเล็กเกินเราก็เลยchildren quiet you guys like One Piece, right? You know the cartoon, right? Well, One Piece is about pirate, right? Who want to find the biggest treasure and become the king of the pirates, right? Now, we come to the question today. Do you know how does the boat actually float? Pirate, right? Well, is it about the weight? Maybe. Okay, let's see. I have here the naman. I don't know what it's called. It's not Play-Doh, is it? Because Play-Doh tend to be safer, right? But it's the naman, right? They both had the same weight. Okay, I can prove it here. There we go. I think it's, I don't know. Can you read it, please? 160. How about this one? I will take that because. Really? Yes. I do. But that one is 130 as well. Oh, this one is 150? You cheat us. Yeah, I'm cheating. No. I make this fair then. I will make this one even smaller then. Okay? Simple. Can I have the cutter, please? I'm gonna kill it now. Okay? So this one now should be lighter. Correct? The red one is lighter. This one is heavier, right? Which one is floating? If I put it here in the water, okay, could you in the back come and help me, please? Okay, could you put that one in the water? Yeah? It's sink or it's float? It sinks. Okay, could you please come in front of the class? Could you gently put it down and see whether it float or sink? It float, right? So. Yes, very good student. Right? So it's not about the weight, correct? Okay? So actually, this is something that we call density. It's not the weight itself that makes things float or sink. It has to be the weight over the volume. In fact, we use the word mass over volume, called density. Okay? So exercise for today for the next 15 minutes. I'd like to know, I can't remember. One. Since, of course, the density dictates what sink and what float, okay? If the object has density higher than water, it will sink in water. If the density is lower than water, it will float, okay? The question is, I want you guys to work out on it, is that this, what you call 130 gram, correct? 130 grams. What is the smallest volume it has that it still can float? Okay, that's one question I'd like you to work out. Second question is, you play the balloon, right? You have the balloon. Sometimes if you blow it with your mouth, the balloon doesn't float. It cannot drop, correct? So, what is the quality of the, what is theคุณสมบัติ feature of the gas you put in the balloon that make it float in the air? What should it be? And maybe if you can use your mobile phone and search, maybe you can give me some example of those gas. Okay? Thank you. So maybe you can work in a group. If you like, I can arrange your group or you can have it on your table. Okay. Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Very good looking teachers and teacher assistant. Wow, this group is wonderful in ask them to participate in the activity, right? Yeah, that's wonderful. So that group, please. 3 young ladies, the most beautiful, maybe Fimi is the more happy, but you young lady, right? Wow. It's not a format of teaching, it's a team teaching, please.
ขออนุญาตเป็นภาษาไทยแล้วกันนะคะสมมติว่าตอนนี้คือป .5 ทั้งหมดนะคะจินตนาการตัวเองคือเด็กป .5 โอเคนะคะค่ะเอาเป็นว่าทุกคนคือเด็กป .5 นะคะเพราะฉะนั้นวันนี้ขอสมมติตัวเองเป็นคุณครูนะคะเพราะฉะนั้นคำถามแรกที่ครูจะถามนักเรียนในวันนี้ก็คือเคยได้ยินคำว่าความหนาแน่นไหมคะหรือ density เคยได้ยินไหมคะเคยได้ยินไหมคะไม่มีใครเคยได้ยินหรอกคะลองจินตนาการสิคะว่า density หรือความหนาแน่นเนี่ยถ้าเราต้องคิดถึงคำนี้เราจะนึกถึงอะไรบ้างอะไรนะคะนักเรียนหลังห้องขอเสียงหน่อยฮัลโหล ลูกโป่งเหรอคะมีอะไรอีกไหมคะมีอะไรอีกไหมมีอะไรอีกไหมไม่เป็นไรค่ะเดี๋ยววันนี้เราจะมารู้จักคำว่าความหนาแน่นหรือ density พร้อมๆกันนะคะคราวนี้เนี่ยครูจะบอกว่า density หรือความหนาแน่นเนี่ยมันคือหน่วยของหรือว่าความสัมพันธ์ระหว่างมวลต่อหน่วยปริมาตรดังนั้นวันนี้ครูจะมาแสดงให้นักเรียนเห็นว่าไอ้คำว่ามวลหรือว่า density เนี่ยมันเกี่ยวข้องกันอย่างไรนะคะโดยเราจะมีวัสดุหรือว่าอุปกรณ์เนี่ยให้นักเรียนดูนะคะทั้งหมด3ชิ้นนะคะซึ่งอุปกรณ์3ชิ้นนี้ถ้านักศึกษาถ้านักเรียนดูแล้วเนี่ยนักเรียนจะพบว่าทั้ง3ชิ้นนี้มันจะมีขนาดเป็นไงกันคะขนาดมันจะเท่ากันเพราะฉะนั้นเมื่อขนาดมันเท่ากันแล้วแสดงว่ามวลจะต้องเป็นยังไงกันคะนักเรียนหลับแล้วมวลต้องเป็นยังไงกันคะใช่ค่ะเพราะฉะนั้นมวลมันจะต้องเท่ากันคราวนี้ขอโทษทีค่ะปริมาตรมันจะต้องเท่ากันใช่ไหมคะเพราะเราให้ขนาดมันเท่ากันถูกไหมคะคราวนี้นักเรียนก็มาดูเลยว่ามวลแต่ละอันเป็นยังไงโดยการชั่งน้ำหนักนะคะเชิญเลยค่ะจะเห็นว่านักเรียนอ่านเลยค่ะด้านหน้าอ่านเลยค่ะนักเรียนด้านหน้าห้องค่ะหน้าห้องฮัลโหลหน้าห้องอ่านเลยค่ะเป็นไงบ้างคะเท่าไหร่นะน่าจะประมาณ5 กรัมเท่ากันเหรอคะเท่ากันเป็นไงบ้าง50 กรัมใช่ไหมคะเพราะฉะนั้นถ้าดูจากน้ำหนักนักเรียนจะเห็นว่าอันนี้จะเป็นน้ำหนักจะเป็นไงคะหนักที่สุดเพราะฉะนั้นมวลจะต้องหนักที่สุดดังนั้นเราบอกแล้วว่าเมื่อมวลมันสัมพันธ์กับความหนาแน่นดังนั้นอันนี้มวลมากสุดความหนาแน่นต้องเป็นไงที่สุดคะมากที่สุดถูกปะถูกต้องค่ะเพราะฉะนั้นอันนี้นะคะจากอุปกรณ์ทั้งหมด3ชิ้นนี้นะคะเมื่อเราให้ปริมาตรเท่ากันดังนั้นวัสดุชนิดไหนที่มีมวลมากกว่าความหนาแน่นก็จะต้องมากกว่าด้วยอันนี้คือลักษณะของแข็งคราวนี้จะให้นักเรียนมาดูในเรื่องของเหลวนะคะครูจะมีน้ำกับน้ำมันซึ่งเป็นของเหลวทั้งคู่แล้วเราให้ปริมาตรเท่ากันแล้วครูจะบอก density ไปก็คือน้ำเนี่ย density จะเท่ากับ1ใช่ไหมคะในขณะที่น้ำมัน density จะเท่ากับ 0.9 ซึ่งบอก density แล้วนักเรียนคะอันไหนเบากว่ากันคะน้ำมันฉันเก่งมากค่ะน้ำมันค่ะน้ำมันใช่ไหมคะเพราะฉะนั้นในเมื่อน้ำมันเบากว่าถ้านำน้ำมันรวมกับน้ำอะไรจะเกิดขึ้นคะมันควรจะมีอะไรอยู่ด้านบนอันนึงอยู่ด้านล่างใช่ไหมคะถูกไหมคะเพราะฉะนั้นถ้านักศึกษานักเรียนลองเดาสิคะว่าถ้าครูเอาน้ำกับน้ำมันรวมกันเนี่ยอะไรจะอยู่ด้านบนน้ำมันเพราะอะไรคะน้ำมันมันเป็นไงคะมันเบากว่าน้ำเก่งมากค่ะลองดูเลยค่ะว่าจริงไหมคะความหนาแน่นน้อยกว่าค่ะเพราะฉะนั้นนะคะจากความหนาแน่นที่ครูบอกนักเรียนไปแล้วนักเรียนบอกว่าน้ำมันเนี่ยมันมีความหนาแน่นที่น้อยกว่าน้ำใช่ไหมคะคือ 0.9 ทำให้เราเห็นว่าเมื่ออะไรก็ตามที่ความหนาแน่นน้อยกว่ามันก็จะลอยอยู่ด้านบนของอันที่มีความหนาแน่นที่มันหนักกว่าใช่ไหมคะค่ะเพราะฉะนั้นวันนี้นะคะนักเรียนก็ได้มีความรู้เรื่องของความหนาแน่นนะคะจากการทดลองแล้วก็การศึกษาสังเกตนะคะสิ่งต่างๆแล้วนะคะขอบคุณค่ะ
Wow. A lot of questions. A lot of questions. So the students in this group helped to read the scale. So very good students here. So get the bonus score.
Okay, you get bonus score for this. Okay, so we turn to the fourth group here. This group, fourth group here. Who will be a teacher? Okay, Put will be a teacher. Please. A lot of helper. Wow. Is dangerous? No?
Hello. Hi, guys. Of course, today we are talking about the density, which in Thai is called ความหนาแน่น right? Actually, there's a lot of things for you guys to understand. But first, we want to understand about something called mass, right? So not the mass singers, nah, the mass, right? So can anyone tell me what is this thing? Huh? Clock, ใช่ now it's like midnight, right? So what is this thing? โอ้ป.5 มาก ครับ right this is a ตาช่าง right ภาษาอังกฤษว่าอะไรนะครับอาจารย์ yeah scale right so basically what does this thing do to ป.5 อีกแล้ว to measure right we measure weight right so every object in this world has a weight right like these two clay right dough or whatever you want to call right so this dough is weight around short side around half around 50 grams right and this guy is almost the same 50 grams right so now you can saying that okay this clay has a mass that can measure as 50 grams right so remember this the mass right so can I have like 2 volunteers out here please maybe those from the back who are probably sleepy now or playing iPhones are they allowed to have iPhone or not right so please like two volunteer please out here จ้ะ thank you ครับ right can on the right side are there any yeah okay so as you can see now right that both of these clays are weight around the same right and since guys in your age are now growing up and you guys like to compete each others I know right so please do whatever you can to make your clay flow things or basically get in the higher position than your friends by put it down into this bowl or full of waters whatever you want to right I give you like 5 minutes but since this is a short presentation so yeah I'm gonna give you around like 2 minutes right so meanwhile when we wait now we are waiting for them right who do you think is gonna win left side raise your hand are there any friends of these girls or this side ไม่รู้ we'll see right don't forget that you are grade 5 นะครับอาจารย์ this is the first time that you know the word density นะครับอาจารย์ right okay I kind of expect you to draw doing the star shape or box or something like that right Okay. ครับ When you're ready ครับ Okay. Okay, let's see if who is the winners, right? So โอ้ใหญ่มากด้วย so we will start on the left side, okay? ได้ครับ but the levels of the water is not the same ใช่ไหมได้อุ๊ยพอดีเลย okay so you can see that the water level is the kind of like the same, right? So okay อุ๊ยครับI let you be the one who put it down, okay? So everybody say 1, 2, 3 okay 2ครับ design matter ครับอาจารย์ okay so now we can see that all of them are floatings, right? แล้วจะทำยังไงล่ะทีนี้ so now we can do some measurement. Okay. Oh, interactive teaching. But since the shape is not the same, right? So maybe it's harder to measure it. Anyway, you both have a good vision. Okay. So now you can see that all of them are floatings, right? But what if, yeah, you kind of do a good job. So that means the thing, this object in this weight, right here, you can see that it can be floatings toward the waters, right? But what if I showing you this? Why? Right? So that does mean that the weight or the mass is not the matter, is not something that can prove that one object can float, because these two objects has different density. Because in this clay in the form of the balls has one thing that can affect how it floats is called volume ปริมาตรนะครับ so I'm going to show you another one since อาจารย์ doing this, right? So now you can see that, right? Same weight here, right? 50 as well. This guy falls, right? But this guy float, right? Same weight. That's because อาจารย์อยากผ่าให้ดูไหมครับหรือให้ผมผ่า That's because นี่นะอันนี้ก็ได้ Inside. Now I brought some experts here as well, so he can explain, man. So that's because inside there's a space in here, right? And in every space we have air, ใช่ไหมครับ We have air, right? But compared to this guy, the density inside that guy is full of mass, right? But here we got air inside, which mean ปวดฉี่ด้วยครับอันนี้ผมลืมครับอาจารย์เดี๋ยวนิดนึงครับอาจารย์ครับ so that's mean why this guy is floating ทิ้งงี้เลยเหรอ ครับผม so which mean this guy got holding by the air, right? ใช่ไหมครับผมจบนิเทศครับอ้าวไปไม่ถูกเลยเพราะฉะนั้นครับช่วยหน่อยครับ โอเค I hope you guys understand about this, right? Through these experiments. ครับครับขอตัวครับ
Yeah, I think that's very hard to make this one, to have the air inside. Or you have to be like a light hand to do that. I really appreciate that, okay? Thank you so much. Last but not least, we have the fifth group, the teacher, Zui teacher, Mike, and Said will be our teacher. So, are you ready? Okay, you first. Okay.
And I think just come over later. No, don't need to take photo. Yeah, come out here. Help me. Morning, boys. Private school, grade 5. Now, Ajahn Mike would like to come and challenge you to guess about the properties of the sum of stop I provide for you today. Today we have two different stop. First one, everyone knows is a clay, and the other one is sponge. The two shapes here, they most likely with the same volume. The two volumes here are quite similar, and I think I want to let you guess first which one gonna float over the water surface when I drop down here. The yellow one, yeah, it will float over the surface. Okay, that's good guess. I'm not going to try. Okay, just better to make clear. Dropping this one down. Yep, and you have this. Yep, good guess. Anyway, and how about this? It's floating as well. No, you don't think so. Neither do I. It's up down, obviously. And one more important thing is what makes these two materials different. Okay, what I want to point one thing out is we can check with some basic property between these two materials. Right? The first one that we can observe or tell something about the material is the weight, because we know the volume already, right? Could you come help me? Anyway, Ajahn, here's my teaching assistant, Ajahn N. will come and show us at the whiteboard here. It's better to compare the property between these two properties, these two materials. I'm sorry. Okay, as you see, right? These two properties, they're most likely the same volume. Okay, could you write down the volume of the clay and volume of the sponge? Yep. Clay and sponge, yeah, they are the same. As you see, they're most likely the same. And if you check a bit more property of these two things, the first one, after I put at the balance here, so the weight should be about 10 grams. 10 grams. That is the mass of the sponge. Is it? Okay. And the other one, the mass of the clay with the same volume, but here 120. Yep. 120 gram. One of the observation is the ratio between mass and volume of these two objects. Right? If we have the same velocity, right? When we divide by something, you have the same result. If you have the one up there, the same, the number here. And after you compare, who is bigger? No, this one big, this side. Yeah, grade 5, yep. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so the different thing between these two objects is here. We see that the ratio of the mass by the velocity less than the one of the clay, right? But it doesn't make sense. How do you know how small of the ratio that you can determine which one will float over water or which one will drop down below water surface? The one thing that I want to show you is you need to check the ratio with the water as well, because we are working at the water, right? So that one thing is we need to check the ratio of the mass by the volume of the water too. So if we have the bottle of water here, right, we can check how much for the mass is with this one by this balance, right? I think the plastic bottle here, it will not weigh a lot. If we put down here, we can estimate the mass of the water, and it give you how much? 650, right? 650 gram, right? Just focus on the mass, the ratio, right? It doesn't need to be the same volume, right? And how do you know the volume of this bottle? How do you know? It already put it here. Yeah, good guess. Thank you. It's 600 millimeters. It's 600 milliliter, not millimeters. Sorry. Huh? Yeah. Anyway. No. It can be. You can divide this. Yeah, just follow the fact. No, don't cheat the experiment. So here is already 6 milliliter. Yeah, and the ratio give you about 1 something. Right? Actually 1.8. No, 1.08. Right? 1.08. Okay, and could you help me to think where we need to know the velocity anyway? Okay, to make it clear, I will find the velocity of this first to check what is the exact velocity of each object. All right. So this one, after I measure this, I have 7 in length, 5 and 2. 7, 5, 2. 7 by 5 by 2. Yep. 5 by 2. By 2. And this gives you 70. Yeah, 70. Right. So 70 is here. Here 70. And here's also 70. And also after the calculation, this should be 1 point something. Could you help me? 1 point? 1.7. 1.7. Yeah, 1.7. 1.7. And here should be 0.114. 0.14. Yeah, just believe me. 0.14. Okay. Could you help me to think where one is in between this value? One should be in the middle, right? So the thing from the observation is something if less than the ratio from of the water should be floating over the water surface, and something if more should be dropped down, right, to the bottom of the what do we call this? Of this thing. Anyway, okay. And this ratio, we call it velocity of the object. Okay, thank you. Yep.
Wow. Excited. Show something. Would you like to add more?
Explain the density.
Yep, okay. Okay.
Okay. Actually, because we are as teacher, we know that, okay, a student, they don't know. We know that the density is obtained by, the mass divided by volume. So we have to explain them what they call it, the relation between density with the mass and the volume, because density, has a direct, is proportional to mass directly, but with volume conversely. Okay, this one we know as a teacher, but we have to explain them to a student with 2 experiments. Actually, what the Ajahn Mike, explain. Okay, explain the density and show that, okay, the density proportional to the mass directly, but we need another, experiment to show that the density is proportional to volume conversely. That's why I'm going to complete what he did by this, that to explain to a student, okay, we have 2 objects, okay. You just imagine, because I didn't have enough equipment to make it. Okay, we have 2 objects. Let's say they have same volume, okay, same volume. Okay, they have same volume. Okay, I do this experiment. Okay, if I put these two in the water, which one is it going to sink? We have two objects here, okay? Let's say we have two objects. One is made by clay, okay? Another one is another cube, okay, by, by paper. Okay, I want to put these two in the water. Which one do you think is going to sink? The clay, okay? We do this, okay? Okay. Okay, let's say this is a cube made of the, the paper. So these two objects, they have same volume, okay? One is made of clay, another one by the paper. Okay, we see that the clay sinks, right? So how do we explain this, phenomena? What is here? In this case, actually the volume is the same. Okay, the volume is the same, but what is different? One object is heavier than another object. Okay, so that shows that actually the density is proportional to mass directly, but with volume, conversely, something like that. I just want to, explain the density to a student like this. My point is that we as a teacher, we know that the density is mass divided by volume. We know this, but we have to show this to a student. So we need two experiments. One to show that density is proportional to mass directly, and another experiment to show that density is proportional to volume conversely. So we do two experiments. The first experiment Ajahn Mike did, okay, he considered two objects, they have same volume but different mass, okay? Like one was heavier than another one. So the one is heavier sinked. Okay, so this shows that, okay, when we want to explain the density, see, this shows that the density is proportional to mass directly. So we need to another, experiment to show that the density, is proportional to, the volume, to the, to the volume, what they call it. Okay, what was your experiment? Your experiment first you did. Okay. Yes, okay, something like this. Okay.
Yeah, that is a more explanation about the concept. Okay. กิจกรรมเรื่องของการที่เราเรียกว่าดีไซน์ทิชชิ่งหรือกิจกรรมการออกแบบการสอนเนี่ยนะครับมันเป็นกิจกรรมที่กระตุ้นให้อาจารย์เนี่ยนะครับได้ใช้ทั้งความรู้ในเนื้อหาของตัวเองนะครับเราเรียกว่า content knowledge ความรู้เนื้อหาว่าเรารู้เข้าใจในเรื่องของความหนาแน่นมากน้อยขนาดไหนนอกจากนั้นอาจารย์จะต้องใช้ความรู้เกี่ยวกับวิธีสอนที่ตัวเองได้รู้มานะครับเรียกว่า pedagogy นะครับก็คือถามว่าใช้วิธีการสอนแบบไหนในการสอนเรื่องของความหนาแน่นนะครับกะตีเนียนภาษาอีได้มาจะสอนภาษาไทยหน่อยมาสายยาว Okay. So the question is, what kinds of activity that you will choose to choose the topic of density? Is the linkage between is stimulate you, each of you, to bring all your content knowledge and your pedagogical knowledge together in order to achieve the learning objective. In this case, I would like to raise one example of teaching activity. You can teach the density with the activity that we call POE and experiment to reach the learning objective that students will be able to do experiment and describe the properties of density of the object or material. Okay. So we have two key objectives here. That is experiment and description. So students should have chance to do experiment and should be able to describe the properties regarding density of the object when they finish the lessons. So now density is the content and experiment and descriptions is the way that POE and experiment will help students to reach that objective. What is the POE and what is the kind of experiment here? You can start, it's just an example, you can start the activity with the POE. What the POE stand for? Do you have any idea? P stand for what? You can guess. P is P is predict. Yeah. You can start from the cube. You have the clay cube, the foam cube, and maybe the wooden cube. And you can ask them that, will you predict which one will have the most mass, the highest mass? Which one will have the lowest mass? And students predicted. They may choose the answer. In this case, which one that had the highest mass? You choose A, B, or C? Highest mass, A, B, or C? You choose A, right? Raise your hand. Choose A. Choose B. And choose C. Choose nothing. So in this case, you will see that the number of students who choose A and C, I guess that might be close to each other. Might be half and half, okay? And then you let students observe. What is the observe activity? It's not just observation, no. Observe is include measure, observe, survey, any kind that will lead them to get the result of their predictions. So in this case, when you ask them which Q have the highest mass, so would you like to measure mass? You use the scale, right? So then use scale to measure and record and see that the result is aligned with students' prediction or not. If the result is aligned with student predictions, they say, wow, I'm correct. Right? They're happy. But for students who choose the wrong one, might think, why my answer is not correct? So in this case, you engage all students in your activity. When you require them to predict, students engage in your activity already. And when students observe, and the result is aligned or in align with their prediction or not, they will have chance to learn in both ways. Because they have to explain at final why the result is correct or the result is not correct, why the result is aligned or in align with the student's prediction. So when you are from your previous experience, when you do experiment or you learn science, you may familiar with only O and E, right? You observe and you explain. In this case, I would like you to add one more component, that is predict. You let students predict before. I think many groups that you present, you demonstrate your teaching, you let students predict, right? And when students predict, they engage in the activity. So you add P as one more component in your O and E as the ordinary that you usually do in your class. Why must be cube? Why is not a round one, a ball shape? Why it must be cube? You see that many groups use the cube, right? And many groups use the ball shape, the round shape. Why we should start with the cube rather than the round shape? Film, can I have Can I have the cube? Three different material. Why the cube? Sorry. Why you choose the cube? Or because the clay is the cube, so you choose cube. I think for that group. ครับอาจารย์จุนครับ
Well, I think cube is give illusion that we can see the volume clearer than other shape. So if it's a ball, then we are not so sure whether it's a rugby ball or really a round ball. And where it's cube, although it's not really perfectly shaped, but we have a sense that it's the same size or different sizes.
When you consider the volume of the cube, it's easier to understand than the round shape cube or the round shape material, for example. It's easier to compare the cube because the cube shape helps the student to visualize and easier to understand that this is the same volume or is the different volume. This has the more volume, this has the less volume, okay? The main concept that we would like to deliver to the at this stage is that the material that had the same volume is not necessary to have the same mass, right? As you show, Said, you show the clay cube, right? The cube that made from clay, right? And the cube that made from paper. If we consider the volume is the same, right? But it's different material. But the same volume did not necessarily have the same mass, okay? So the cube shape helps them to understand the word same volume better, easier, okay? The advantages of POE activity is that during the predict stage, then teachers have chance to explore prior knowledge of students. When students make the predictions, students will show their prior knowledge from that. They will show that whether they understand what the sense of the same volume or not, or the different volume or not, and engage the students to participate in the activity. And during the observation stage, students have the chance to practice their skills, scientific skills, understand the nature of science, that when you want to know something, you have to do something, and you have to do the scientific inquiry to get the answer, not just to mano. Right? In Thai we call mano. Just guess, know that, practice. And then the explain, students have chance to construct knowledge by themselves. Whether the prediction is correct or incorrect, they have to explain why they are correct and why they are incorrect. They have to explain. So in both ways, they got the knowledge from that. So there is the benefit of the POE activity. So I think that is an interesting technique that you can further use in your teachings, okay? So after the measure, students might found that the foam cubes had less mass than the clay cube. You can ask students that if you would like the foam cube to have the mass equal, they have the mass equal to the clay cube, what should you do? What should you do? Thank you. It's the foam cube. is clear cube. You weight it, right? You weight it. This is more mass than this, okay? It's the same, right? When you use this, so then you can touch. You can touch, you can squeeze it. Yeah, you can squeeze it. You can touch it, but don't squeeze it. It's cute. How do you feel? I feel that it's denser. It's denser. I hard to squeeze it, but it's easier to squeeze it. It's softer. It's not that dense as it. So that is the word dense that we try to help and realize the sense of dense. If you would like to make this foam cube to have the same mass as the clay cube, what should you do? What should you do? Pardon me? Louder, please. Water. No, not this state. I want to make this to have the same mass as it, so I need it more, right? I need it more, bigger, yeah. So it will be like this. This one. Now, what is the same between two cubes? What is the same? Mass is the same. What different? Volume different. Okay? So you will see that in the laser volume here, the mass squeeze inside this. But this volume here, the mass distributed along with this shape. Okay? So that's why you feel that the foam is not dense as the clay cube. Okay? So from this state, the student now initially to realize the word dense mean the foam cube is not dense as the clay cube is more dense. Okay? So we start from the concept rather than the formula. That's the way that us as a human being learn. We learn the concept first, and after that we learn how to explain that concept with the mathematical equations or formula. That's later. Especially for the young kids as a grade 5 students, you should let them touch, feel, and then you just explain the formula later. It's later. Read it, okay? So from that activity, if I show you, is there the content that you will use in this activity that you have the equation in your mind, right? D equal to M divided by V, right? So you have to set mass and volume. Which one do you set the same first? You have two variables. If you set the mass first, it might be more difficult to teach than set the volume first. That's the way that professional teacher will know that after they practice many sequence of activity. They may start with the mass first, but they feel that it's more difficult to let them to understand. So now I start from the volume first, and let them realize that the same volume doesn't mean it's the same mass, because this is not dense as this one. It's very dense. Okay, and after that, you set the mass is equal, and to let them to visualize that. I can ask Film, could you please make this one and have the same mass with this to my students. So it might be bigger than this, might be big as this one, right? But now it's the mass. So then we see that, wow, in this volume, all that the particle in this one are inside this shape, very small one. But for the bigger foam cube, it's not dense. So that's why the dense mean density comes from. So that is the way that we deal with the content and pedagogy So after that, then you have chance to do experiment because it is indicated in the learning objective. If you did not require student to do activity in the experiment, you cannot cover the learning objective, right? Because you state that student must have chance to do experiment. So now water, now water comes. So the students are required to drop the cue in the water and observe. Drop and observe. If you drop the cue into the water, what happened? Many groups show, right? When you drop the cue in the water, it sinks, right? But if you make the cue like a bowl or a boat shape, it will be sink or float. Tend to be float, right? If you make it neat, okay. So why is float? When you change the shape of the clay? Could you please change this one to be a boat shape for me, please? It's a boat shape. It's a boat shape now. The concept that we should emphasize to students is that density is a property that's unique to each kind of material. Each kind of material still has the same density with the particular state. Particular state means it's a solid. It has the same density. But if it change the state to be like a liquid, it might be different, okay? Like a water, okay? But for the particular state, density is like a DNA of the material. And density is the amount of substance in per unit, okay, per unit. So when we can compare it with the is it dense, we can ask students, is dense, you feel it's denser or less denser? With this one, you can let them compare. Thank you, Phim. Okay, you have a light hand. Could you please help me to put this one in the water? And now you can predict this bowl-shaped clay cue when it change the shape already, right? Formerly is a cue shape, now it's a bowl shape already. It will be sink or float. Who think that it will be sink? Please raise your hand. You can show that shape to everyone. Depends on you now. Who think it's float? Who think that I'm not sure? Okay, yeah, that's you. Please, Mike, your turn. Time is fraud. Very good, student. Very good, student. So when it change the shape, right, it can float. Now the density of the clay is the same, lesser, or more dense. Who think lesser? Who think lesser? Just raise your hand, lesser. Who think the same? Who think more dense than the cube shape? Okay, the cube shape. You think lesser? Why? It's quite weird that it's had lesser.
There might be some other properties like surface tension to help it float. Yes, the same. Oh, the same density. Because it's the same materials. It doesn't change the state of the material.
But it can float. But it can float.
Maybe some other kind of surface tension to help it float. It doesn't only depends on the density only.
Now we have a secret student to learn with the fifth grade student now. So we proceed now because we have a limit of time, okay? To make the teaching of density easier, we set the volume to be the same first. It will be easier for us, okay? And let students realize that in the same volume, it might have the different mass, okay? Different dense. If you say that the object or material that have the density more than density of the water, it will be float. More than what it will be sink. If you change the shape, it might be float. Because they have the lesser dense. That is the common alternative conception. Because there are the other factors involved in this case. You change the shape, you change the buoyancy that act upon the shape, okay? Because the density is the unique property of the material. It's not changed. It can be changed when you change the state of the property or state of that material, okay? But when you change the shape, it changes the buoyancy that act according to that particular shape, okay? It's not density. You can observe from the level of the water on that shape. That's why you measure the level of the water when you use this one and we change the shape. And you will see that the bowl shape, the boat shape or the bowl shape will have the more buoyancy or buoyant force that acting on that shape rather than a cube shape or a round shape. Okay? So when you teach about the density, you as a teacher must be careful to deliver the misconception to students. Be careful, okay? Be aware of that. In this case, I ask you that, how will you teach density? You think about the pedagogy or pedagogical knowledge that you will use. That question forces you to pull upon your pedagogical content knowledge to use. You have the content knowledge. You have the pedagogical knowledge. If it is separated, if they are separate from each other, it's not be good. You must link them together because the common problem for the beginner teacher is that they lack of the ability to think about how do I represent this content to make my students understand. So this knowledge separate from each other. For the professional teacher, they can link or integrate their content knowledge with their pedagogical knowledge. To simply say, they can choose the teaching technique or teaching activity that's suitable to a particular topic that they would like to teach. That we call PCK, pedagogical content knowledge. This knowledge make or distinguish the professional teacher from the beginning teacher. I can say that. It's very important knowledge for the teachers who would like to be a professional teacher in the future. They must be practice how to choose the pedagogical knowledge that is suitable to the content that they would like to teach. and from the reflection upon the teaching for a long time, more than once. If you teach this topic to the second time, the third time, the fourth time, you will teach it better from the way that you tried the pedagogical technique out in the classroom. So professional teacher is not occur only one day, but you must be teach that topic first and reflect upon that topic, which one that I can do better in the next teaching. And from that questions, from that reflection, you will be better and better teacher, and you have chance to develop your PCK from that process. Okay. So in this case, the teacher may choose POE with experiment to teach about density, so that PCK is specific for the particular topic. You cannot use POE and experiment with all topic that you like to teach, but you have to consider the suitable technique for each particular content. And the answer will come after you try out that technique with the content first, and then you learn from experience from that you are teaching. Okay? So for me, I think that to be a professional teacher, that teacher must possess the pedagogical content knowledge. That is very important. And you can find out the Chunman 1986 or 87 paper to study more about what is the PCK. Okay, later. Teacher have to learn about the teaching or not. I'm a teacher. I passed the exam. I passed the interview to be teacher already. Do I have to learn about the teaching? The answer is yes, of course. You have to learn. You have to study. Okay, to enhance your PK, pedagogical knowledge. Okay, we have 2 days for your beginning as a beginning teacher because we would like you to develop your PK more and a bit of content knowledge that we learned today about density, right? Okay. That is Thai. Okay. It's Thai word. You can translate to Thai later. ชาวเน็ตแห่แชร์ภาพนักศึกษาเขียนบอกอาจารย์ให้เลิกอ่าน PowerPoint สอนในเวลาเรียนอาจารย์คะรบกวนอย่าอ่าน PowerPoint สอนเลยค่ะพวกหนูกับเพื่อนอ่านออกค่ะตั้งแต่เปิดเทอมหนูให้คะแนนการอ่าน PowerPoint เต็ม100เลยค่ะแต่เทคนิคการสอนให้ F ค่ะ อยากได้ความรู้ที่มากกว่าการฟังอาจารย์อ่าน PowerPoint ค่ะนะครับ so that show that the way that you present to the students when you present from your PowerPoint presentation and you just read on the text on PowerPoint presentation it might not help students learn compared to others. You have other techniques. You have PK, right? You have many techniques that you can use. Why you just only reading the PowerPoint to my students? Okay. Please use your mobile mic and sign it. You can join the Kahoot from kahoot.it. And you use your Jubi, Tan, อาจารย์ฝน นินพุดดิ้งไข่พุดดิ้งอ่ะโอ้โหโจทาพูนอาจารย์จุนหรือเปล่าเนี่ยโจทาพูนเนี่ยอ๋อเป็นนามสกุลใช่ไหมครับโอ้ก็ว่าไม่เข้าอะไรเลยนะไม่เข้านามสกุลอะไรสักอย่างนั่งยืนคิดตั้งนานเลยทายีมาแล้วตายอ๋อตายโอ้โบมาแล้วจูบี้มาเรียบร้อยโอเคเล่นก่อนไหมเหลือซาอิดมาให้เล่นอีกรอบ เล่นเลยเนาะมันเซอร์เวย์เองอะ
มันไม่ได้ยังไม่ได้เทสจริงๆเดี๋ยวให้ฟิล์มมาคลิกให้ได้ไหมเนี่ย start so we have 14 questions are you ready it is just a survey question sir ปรากฏการณ์เกิดหนองน้ำใหม่เกี่ยวข้องกับสัญญาณก่อนเกิดแผ่นดินไหวเกี่ยวไม่เกี่ยวคลิกสีในมือถือของอาจารย์เลยครับแดงคือเกี่ยวน้ำเงินคือไม่เกี่ยวเวลามันจะไปเรื่อยๆนะครับเวลามันจะไปเรื่อยๆต้องคลิกให้ทันนะครับโอเคเกี่ยว5ไม่เกี่ยว3เนาะก็ค่อนข้างบาลานซ์อยู่ครับ next เลยครับอันนี้เซอร์เวย์เฉยๆครับเซอร์เวย์เฉยๆเซอร์เวย์เฉยๆนะ next ครับปรากฏการณ์เกิดเมฆรูปขึ้นเกี่ยวข้องกับสัญญาณก่อนเกิดแผ่นดินไหวไม่เกี่ยวไม่เกี่ยวเกี่ยว2ไม่เกี่ยว9ครับ next เลยครับแผ่นดินไหวทำนายไม่ได้จริงไม่จริงครับรู้จักคนในรูปใช่ไหมครับไม่จริงแผ่นดินไหวทำนายไม่ได้ไม่จริงโห next เลยครับเซอร์เวย์เฉยๆปัจจุบันมีแผ่นดินไหวเกิดเพิ่มมากขึ้นผิดปกติใช่ไม่ใช่จริงไม่จริงค่อนข้างบาลานซ์เลยทีเดียวนะครับ next เลยครับการเกิดแผ่นดินไหวใหญ่ในทะเลจะทำให้เกิดสึนามิทุกครั้งจริงไม่จริงไม่จริง9จริง2โอเค next ครับหากเกิดแผ่นดินไหวเล็กๆบ่อยๆจะดีเพราะจะทำให้แผ่นดินไหวใหญ่ๆไม่เกิดผมนี่แหละครับคิด เอาเหมือนมันระบายไงมันระบายออกไปทีเล็กละน้อยไงมันไม่เครียดสะสมไงไม่จริง7จริง4ครับต่อไปครับอย่างรวดเร็วข้อใดเป็นความเชื่อเกี่ยวกับสาเหตุการเกิดแผ่นดินไหวของชาวญี่ปุ่นกบยักษ์ปลาดุกยักษ์ช้างแบกถาดทองคำพิมพ์ผิดนะเทพเจ้าทงคัตสึโอ้เอาทงคัตสึใครตอบทงคัตสึเนี่ยฮะหิวข้าวอ่ะมีกบยักษ์ด้วยนะครับต่อไปครับพอเห็นคร่าวๆแล้วข้อใดเป็นความเชื่อกับสาเหตุการเกิดแผ่นดินไหวของชาวฮินดูกบยักษ์ปลาดุกยักษ์ช้างแบกถาดทองคำปลาอานนท์เร็วขึ้นกบยักษ์1ปลาดุกยักษ์1ช้างแบกถาดทองคำ6ปลาอานนท์ครับ3คือปลาอานนท์ช้อยใหม่คนก็ลองตอบดูครับ next ครับข้อใดไม่ใช่คลื่นแผ่นดินไหวคลื่นปฐมภูมิทวีภูมิตติยภูมิคลื่นผิวดินโอ้โหมากันเรื่อยๆนะครับ next เลยครับ เริ่มเห็นอะไรคร่าวๆอันนี้เซอร์เวย์เฉยๆนะฮะคลื่นแผ่นดินไหวที่เคลื่อนที่ได้เร็วที่สุดคือข้อใด
ช้อยเดิมครับปฐมทุติขึ้นดินขึ้นตติยภูมิระหว่างปฐมกับตติเหมือนคนไม่ค่อยแน่ใจอะไรบางอย่างไปครับต่อไปครับขึ้นแผ่นดินไหวทำให้เกิดความเสียหายแก่บ้านเรือนคือข้อใดอันนี้ตอบผิดไม่เป็นไรนะครับเพราะว่าเรายังไม่ได้เรียนเนาะน่าสนใจครับต่อไปครับข้อใดเป็นเครื่องวัดความไหวสะเทือน Earthquake meter G-force meter earthnograph seismographเริ่มเวิร์บทูเดากันเรื่อยๆนะครับโอเคต่อไปครับข้อใดเป็นมาตรวัดแผ่นดินไหวตามแมกนิจูดครับตามขนาดริกเตอร์เวอร์คารีเฮกเตอร์เมกะไม่มีใครลงมาตอบเมกะเลยต้องเปลี่ยนช้อยละต่อไปครับข้อใดเป็นมาตรวัดแผ่นดินไหวตามความรุนแรงครับ intensity มันเพราะฉะนั้นคนที่ตอบผิดเมื่อกี้ตอนนี้ก็จะตอบถูกใช่ปะให้ดูสิลิกเตอร์ยังตอบอีกเหรอเฮกเตอร์เนี่ยใช้ได้เมกะนี่หลงมาได้1 คนละโอเคพอใจละ โอเคครับกับคุณฟิล์มมากนะครับเวลาเราใช้ตัวของ Kahoot when you use Kahoot in your teaching you may use as a survey as I did I did not think it as scoring it so I just no award no score no point for it so it will be like a survey now but I can use these questions again at the post test and I test them whether they understand better or not and now I can get result and the Kahoot program will send me the Excel file so I can check from that each student's answer what the choice is in the answer so I can check it later okay and compare between pre and post so I know that how many students that gain more understanding after learning from my activity okay so this is the active learning that the topic is about earthquake So the Kahoot.it is the learning tool or teaching tool for us as a teacher that I think that is easy to use and is user friendly so you can study it and use it in your future teaching. I think it's very challenging and you as a game. So at the post test, we have the questions again and the winner will get the reward. Okay, today I have the many reward for the winner. About the belief regarding the earthquake, we have the belief that for Japanese people, they believe in ปลาดุกยักษ์ ดุก fish giant ดุก fish yeah catfish thank you so much you help me a lot okay giant catfish yeah under the earth right and when the giant catfish they move it will lead to the earthquake and we have like the god their duty is to how do we call เหยียบบนตัวปลาดุกไว้ set the foot on the giant duck fish okay and make it cannot move so no earthquake and when this god they go to pub like you said they go to pub the ปลาดุกยักษ์ can move okay like this is a tonkatsu god okay. For the Hindu, they believe in the elephant, that we have the golden tray on the elephant, and above the tray is earth. Oh, so when the elephant move and the tray move, shake, so the earth will move together. After that, so it's lead to the earthquake. It's a belief. And Thai, we live in Pranon, under Sumen mountain, big mountain, okay? Sumen, big mountain, okay? When the Anon fish move, yeah, it leads to the earthquake, yeah. And there are many picture or portrait about the Anon fish, okay? And okay. We have the big earthquake in 2557 What 257ลบสิลบ 2014 okay 2014 okay 5th of the May at the center is Pan Chiang Rai okay in the evening there was an earthquake there and the center is Pan Chiang Rai and the depth of the earthquake is about 7 kilometers under the earth. That is the most make the serious to the buildings there. Okay, we have the crypt there, and yeah, we had a photo here. Wat Long Kun here, and the road here. You see that? If during the earthquake you drop this road, right, you can fall down under the earth. So it's quite serious and dangerous. With this hotel here, you can book on the booking.com now. Chiang Rung Hotel is now. Okay. And in Nepal, in the year after, okay, that is 7.8 magnitude, and the epicenter in the Lamsung, in the southern east. The focus is under the surface, 15 kilometers, is at the most serious earthquake, and I will show you the video clip of that one. Okay, you see it? Can you see? Okay. From the mountain, the high mountain. From the tent of the hiker. Nepal.
And from that earthquake in Nepal, the statistic that we get from Nepal is that more than 8,000 and both die and wow, and also after India, China, and Bangladesh, and nearly 9,000 dead people from that earthquake. So it's quite sad. There are the signs before the earthquake that, for example, the animal that some kinds of animal can receive the vibration of the land easier than the other animals. For example, the frogs. Yeah, they try to cross, and when you see the green light here, they cross the road. Okay. Yeah. In Jingzhou, China, yeah, thousands of frogs across the street. And there is a phenomenon like a new morning, new emerging pool for like this. Before the earthquake in Wuhan, the people thought that there was a new, like a new pool here. So after that there is water and the fish. But the side is the land is changing the shape. Okay. The earthquake cloud from the earthquake prediction center in New York, Chang-Soo Chu, described that in the active, okay, in the active, ลอยเลื่อนเรียก ไม่ได้คิดภาษาอังกฤษมาก่อน fall, okay, and the stone at that area will the earthquake force will strike it until and the small earthquake make the hydrothermal, I mean the water in that fault to be get a higher temperature, and they are up into the air and occur the earthquake cloud like this. It's wedge-shaped cloud before the earthquake 5.2 Richter. Yeah, it's a light cloud 7.1 Richter in USA, and it's like a radiation pattern shaped cloud 4.4 Richter, and the feature shaped cloud in USA, a lantern shaped cloud. They collect the data and try to link to the earthquake. So after that, I would like you to do the activity to help. Maybe you pair together, and we will track the point, the place that the earthquake occurred from the history. So it means that in the dot line here is represent here, you see right from this one here. There will be many earthquakes that occur near the dot line here. Because the dot line represents the active fault, and when the active fault move, even though move from each other or move to each other, it can occur the earthquake. Okay. Because, for example, in North America earthquake here, we call San Andreas Fault. And you see that in USA, Los Angeles, San Francisco are the places that the earthquake occur during this place frequently. Okay. because there is a fault between the North America and Pacific fault that move toward each other. Okay. When the fault try to move from each other or to each other, like you try to beat quad. Like this one. And when you hold it, it can resist the resistance. But when it cannot resist, it will release, okay, the force from that. Okay. So it may be collect the force during the fault, but when we cannot collect it anymore, it releases and the earthquake occur. And when the earthquake occur, it will be like the two faults move from each other like this, okay? And we have the epicenter, okay, epicenter, and have the earthquake wave. When the epicenter is close to the surface of the earth, it makes the serious, okay, the serious, maybe the serious danger to us, okay? And we divided the force into different kinds. The first is P wave or primary wave. That is 6 kilometers per second. When you count one, it can go 6 kilometers, very fast. It's the first wave, primary, and it can go through the granite stone. And then there's the motion like this. And second is a secondary wave, S wave, has a lesser velocity, okay, and move like this, okay, vertically. And the wave that can make the effect to the Earth's surface is we call surface wave. There are two different kinds. There is a vertical and there is a horizontal, like this one. Okay, depends on. It's like the road that we see from the photo, right? Where this one up and this one down, as you can see the road that moves like that. And for the machine to measure the vibration, we call it seismograph. It's very simple principle to make it. We have that like a pendulum here, and we have like a paper sheet to record here. And from the signal that you get from seismograph, it starts from the P wave, S wave, and then that's the wave that make the surface of the Earth. It can make it like a serious effect on this, because it's surface wave. You know, it's the least velocity, but it can make the serious effect to the Earth's surface. The scale that we use to measure, we can divide it into two. That is the most popular is a magnitude or the Richter scale. Okay, Richter scale. There's measure from the amplitude of the earthquake wave, and the intensity of the earthquake wave. We use the Mercalli scale. Okay, and at the point that earthquake occur, for example, like 4 magnitude here is about 1,000 tons of bomb at the center, at the point that the earthquake occurred. But from that, when it sends the energy to us at the surface, might be lesser. And there is historical data about the earthquake in Thailand from 2538. Okay. Let's see, I'd like you to show you that there's a
ร่เชียงใหม่แพร่เชียงใหม่เชียงรายเชียงใหม่เชียงรายเชียงใหม่ why this occur frequently in that provinces can you guess why the earthquake frequently occur in that place เชียงรายเชียงใหม่แพร่ because there are like a fault Payao fault here and Mejan fault here there's an active fault in Thailand so when you live near the fault the active fault you have to be careful okay you have to build a house that can resist the earthquake wave so that's your task for today is to build a house to fight or to resist the earthquake. The problem is that your house, your building can be affected from the earthquake. So you would like to build a model to protect you from the earthquake. You have like the paper base. You have like a marshmallow, toothpick, straw, anything else. We have the material here. But when you build a model, I would like you to think that this one represents what? For example, the toothpick represents the wooden stick or the pillar of the house, for example. So we have 15 minutes to build a innovative house. One more minute, okay? So we start from the group there, and he or she will tell you that what is this, okay? Please come in front of the classroom, please, here. Place your model here and present here, okay? Please. Okay, come on here. Come on here, please. 1 minute. Okay, place here. That's the group one. Group one, place here. Okay, 1 minute. Who will present there? You or you?
Okay. So this is. So we realize that you are making a good house. Okay. We aware that you build a good house, but the complex may not be as good as you have seen something called clubhouse. Clubhouse. So we have a pool here, we have a garden here, and playground here as well. So imagine you have a nice house, walking to here, and enjoy swimming. And so we have more land for sales. So if you like to buy more lands for your house, please come and consult with us. Okay. And why this is okay? Because when you are checking, it's still solid, never falling down. So please, we have A5, 6, and 7 available. นะครับ ขอบคุณมากครับ
Wow. Live here, please live here. Okay. During the earthquake, คือยังมีหน้ามาอยู่ขับเขาอยู่เลยครับ ในตอนที่ earthquake โอเค ดูสบายใจมากเลยนะครับอ่ะเชิญกลุ่มนี้ครับไม้พรีเซนต์เลยไหมโอเคเอาไทยหรืออังกฤษครับเอาภาษาไทยหรืออังกฤษ
ครับ
เพราะว่าเมื่อกี้ฟัง
ตอนนี้ไม่มีชาวต่างชาติแล้วภาษาไทยแล้วกันนะครับ ครับอันนี้คือบ้านทนแผ่นดินไหวครับไม่มีอะไรก็คือพื้นฐานเบสต้องแข็งแรงครับแต่แข็งแรงไม่พอก็ต้อง flexible ด้วยครับคือขยับได้จะเห็นว่าขยับแค่ไหนก็เดี๋ยวเกือบไปแล้ว ก็คือยังไงถ้าเกิดมันพัง worst case ก็คือวัสดุที่ทำครับก็เบาครับก็คือถึงมันพังลงมาก็ไม่เจ็บเท่าไหร่แค่นี้ครับคือไม่ต้องมีประตูไม่ต้องมีฝาผนังครับเพราะว่าจะยังไงถ้าเกิดมันพังก็ไม่เจ็บครับแค่นี้ครับอันนี้คือหลักการก็แต่ขโมยก็ไม่น่าจะกล้าเข้ามาก็เห็นอยู่จากข้างนอกครับแต่ว่าไม่แน่ใจว่าเข้าห้องน้ำนอนกันที่ไหนนะก็อาจจะต้องไปเข้าสาธารณะแล้วกลับมาใหม่ครับก็ที่ยังไงอันนี้อาจจะเป็นไว้ใกล้ๆกันเลยขอบคุณครับ
Okay next group please เชิญครับว้าว
ก็อร่อยแล้วก็ simple is the best ค่ะโดยเราจะใช้ไอ้ส่วนข้างล่างทุกคนจะเห็นว่ามันค่อนข้างยืดหยุ่นอันนี้ก็คือเราจะใช้แทนสปริงเพราะว่าทุกคนจะเห็นว่าที่อาจารย์เขาพรีเซนต์นะคะมันจะมีคลื่นแบบทุติยภูมิคลื่นผิวดินหรืออะไรก็ไอ้ส่วนนี้ที่มันแบบยืดหยุ่นได้เวลาเจอคลื่นเขาก็จะแบบมีการถ่ายแรงทำให้มันไม่ค่อยกระทบกับตัวบ้านที่เป็นเมนนะคะก็เลยคิดว่าน่าจะทนเกี่ยวกับแรงอะไรนะคะแผ่นดินไหว แล้วก็มันก็จะค่อนข้างเบาด้วยเพราะฉะนั้นถ้าเกิดแผ่นดินไหวมาแล้วเกิดน้ำท่วมแบบสึนามิบ้านเราก็จะสามารถลอยน้ำได้เช่นกันใช่ค่ะแต่เป็นลอยได้จริงหรือเปล่าก็โดยส่วนรวมก็คือใช้พวกทดแทนแรงให้มีการกระจายแรงอะค่ะจะได้ไม่ส่งผลต่อตัวบ้านโดยตรงค่ะ
ปรบมือด้วยครับนะโครงสร้างของเขาก็ดูดีเลยทีเดียวนะครับเปลืองมัสเมโล่มากนะครับกลุ่มนี้มาสักอันนะครับโมเดลที่คุณสร้างอยู่นะครับขอสัก1 อันนะครับใช่ครับระหว่างคำว่า creativity imagination กับ crazy เนี่ยมันคนละอย่างนะครับเชิญครับเอาไปวางไว้ตรงนู้นเลยพอแล้วอย่าเยอะพอแล้วเอาไปวางเอาแล้วถามไม่เอาไปโอเคโอ้ใช้ได้เชิญ
ครับสำหรับในตัวของคอนเซปต์ของผมนะครับก็คือตัวนี้นอกจากจะสามารถที่จะทนแรงการเคลื่อนไหวของดินนะครับก็สามารถที่จะถ้ามีน้ำท่วมตัวนี้ก็จะเป็นตัวกระจายแรงเหมือนกันกับที่เราเรียนเมื่อเช้านะครับสามารถที่จะลอยน้ำได้นะครับแล้วก็ไม่แน่ใจในอนาคตก็อาจจะ บินได้ เอาก็หนีอาจารย์ก็ประมาณนี้ครับตัวในส่วนของคอนเซปต์ครับเพราะว่าฐานเราก็คือเราจะเน้นฐานนะครับฐานสามารถที่จะถดได้ด้วยนะครับสามารถที่จะมีความยืดหยุ่นนะครับในตัวนะครับประมาณนี้ครับผมสำหรับคอนเซปต์
ขอบคุณครับโอเคนะครับต่อไปเป็นการให้คะแนน1 คนจะมีอยู่2 คะแนนใบละคะแนนนะครับชอบโมเดลไหนเอาไปแปะไว้ที่หน้าโมเดลนั้น1 คนมี2 คะแนนเพราะนั้นแต่ละคนจะให้ the most favorite model only 2 most favorite model for you okay there's the first the second the third and the fourth group we have 4 model here okay so please come and attach the sticky note yeah just แปะ here แปะ no just attach here yeah in front of the model just attach here yeah don't write your name it's open yeah it's open
Yeah, that one. Okay. And another. Yeah, okay. Good. Good. That one. Okay.ต้องมีเส้นแบ่งนะ มีเส้นแบ่งตรงนี้
Okay, from here for us.
The line is here. Okay.
แปะของตัวเองก็ได้ใช่ไหม
ก็ถ้าไม่น่าเกลียดเกินก็ได้ ได้คือถ้าชอบของเราเองอะได้
ไม่รู้อาจารย์ต้องให้ผมบ้าง
Wow. Yeah, this model. ฮะมงไง มงกุฎไง อันนี้ให้ใคร แบตแผ่นนี้ให้ใคร Right or left? I assume that. Here? Okay. Right. Okay. The referee, please count.
The first group, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 score. The second group, 4. The third group is 7. And the fourth is 8.
Group 1 and 4. Okay. That's equal. So we have the point, the score. That is a popular vote. Okay, the popular score. But we have one criteria that we should check, that is whether the model resists, is safe when there is an earthquake or not. So I would like to invite Arnon Fish. Who will be Arnon Fish? Chup, come on. Come on. Arnon Fish. Okay. ฟิล์มขอถาดเปล่าใบหนึ่ง ขอถาดเปล่าใบหนึ่ง This Arnon Fish. Okay. This Arnon Fish. ฮะถาดกระดาษถาดไปแล้วใช่ไหมโอเคได้โอเค Arnon Fish 1 Richter check it okay 1 Richter 2 Richter 3 Richter ตายหมดละทีRichterก็ตายหมดละเอาแบบสเกลนี้4 Richter huh? You like to check better to you because we have both. We have up and down. Okay. And we have the slide. Okay. 1 Richter, 2 Richter, 3 Richter, 4 Richter, 5 Richter, 6 Richter. Okay, only 6 Richter enough. 6 Richter. Each Richter you get 1 point for each Richter. Okay. Please group 1. ไม่มีความแค้นส่วนตัวนะ1 Richter, 2 Richter, 3 Richter, 4 Richter. Okay, 3 Richter. Okay, you got 3. So 8 plus T is 11. 11. So the second group, please, the model. One Richter, 2 Richter, 3, 4. Only 4 Richter. Okay, thank you. 4 plus 4 is 8. Okay, yes, the total it is. Okay. And จริงๆจะไม่แฟร์เนาะจริงๆจะไม่แฟร์เพราะว่าปาอานนท์เนี่ยมาจากกลุ่มนี้แต่ว่าเราจะจูนเขาให้เขาลืมว่าเขาอยู่กลุ่มนี้โอเค you must be fair นะไรปาอานนท์ไว้โอเค 1 Richter โอ้ทำไมเบาอย่างเงี้ย 1 Richter 2 Richter 3 Richter 4 liter 5 liter โอ้ โอเค 4 liter โอเค 4 liter so 4 plus 7 is 11 okay so you got 11 oh at 11 so 7 11 okay come on that's the group that I think that only 1 liter is enough your presentation is useless when in the real test is useless ready อย่าไปมองหน้าเขานะ เพราะว่ามีแววอาฆาตอันเนี้ยมีแววอาฆาตนะ you have knife 1 liter 2 liter you want to try again you want to try again they want to try again okayไหนโอเค1 liter 2 liter 3 liter 4 liter okay so you got only 2 liter at the first time because this time is useless for you okay so 2 plus 8 is 10 okay so we got 11 and 11 yeah the winner 2 groups very good so please take a photo of this model and post to the website of university this is the third batch of beginning teacher and they can only do this okay so please check your innovative idea about the model or innovations we have it's very similar to what you try to include in your model like this one or this one so you emphasize about the base of the building not this one it's too thick not this one is too thick for the innovative building okay to protect the people from the earthquake they will have like the base that can move okay that can move not just thick but it can move a bit we call this technique that we call it seismic isolation constructions so if you fix it it will be broken but if you let it move freely to a certain degree it can protect you it can fight with an earthquake okay like this one for the building the high building okay seismic isolation construction and we have like diamond structures okay like this one to make your building stronger like this one you see this one here the joint here will help and this one we move to a certain degree okay so tomorrow I will invite the president to score it for 5 score how many score that the president will score it or อาจารย์สกล will score it right tomorrow At this point, I would like to check your understanding with the post-test. Kahoot. Okay, so please go to kahoot.it, please. Kahoot.it. So you go to kahoot.it. Film, please help me. กดคลาสสิกเลยครับครับผม ready to join okay Kahoot might you choose to play it you yeah you may know 1 3 8 5 9 8 5 please join and let's take suppose states. Now when you score it, the score of each state will depend on 1, correct answer, and 2, speed. The quicker, the higher score. The quicker response, the higher score. Okay? SLT. Tayi. Okay, Tayi. Pudding. SLT, who SLT? SLT, okay. Yun, Tan, Jubi, Quang, Ajahn Phon, Mike. Okay, finish. So, let's start. 14 questions. Are you ready? Get your phone ready. First question. Please, 20 seconds, only 20 seconds to answer. Why one of you respond that is not involved? I don't know why. Okay, but just move next. ACE, who ACE? ACE. Your nickname? S. Ah, okay. S. Wow. S. Oh, okay. And Ajahn Phon? Wow. Unbelievable. No, I mean your finger is very quick. It's very quick. Okay, next. Question number 2. เมฆลุกขึ้น is involved with the earthquake. Right? It's a signal of pre-earthquake. Okay. S. Ajahn Phon. Stick together. Okay. SLT กว้าง Next, please. Question number 3. แผ่นไหวทำนายไม่ได้ Yeah, you cannot predict the earthquake. You cannot predict the earthquake. Yeah, that's true. If we can predict it, the damage from the earthquake will be lesser than it. Okay, so we cannot predict it. To add your more information is the prediction in this way you have to consist of. The prediction is that you have to predict correctly where it will be happen, when it will be happen, and what the magnitudes of the earthquake. Yes. If you did not predict the 3 components, we say that is not the correct prediction. Everyone can predict maybe the place, but cannot predict when, or when cannot predict the place or the magnitudes, vice versa. Okay? Bo. Wow, where are you? Where you come from? From behind. Chup S. Okay, next please. ปัจจุบันมีแผ่นดินไหวเกิดเพิ่มมากขึ้นผิดปกติ Yeah, it's not true. Because the frequency of earthquake during the 50 years past, okay, still be the constant is not increasing. But because we have the high technology that can detect the lower frequency of the earthquake, so that's why we feel like that the earthquake occur more than the past. Okay, next please. Bo oh wow, I think Bo and Jup, you guess? Okay, good guess. Okay, next please. การเกิดแผ่นดินไหวใหญ่ในทะเลและทำให้เกิดสึนามิทุกครั้ง every time earthquake make tsunami yeah it's not true okay go ahead it's not really Jup wow have the highest answer 3 of 5 for 5 correct answer consecutive great next หากเกิดแผ่นดินไหวเล็กๆบ่อยๆจะทำให้แผ่นดินไหวใหญ่ไม่เกิด Yeah it's not true at all okay next please good guess next okay that's very easy questions for you I think that you may take maybe 1 second to answer it who answer giant frog I will let you pass this activity next please wow Nin wow you come finally okay next please ข้อใดเป็นความเชื่อ the belief of Hindu people about the earthquake Hindu peopleมีปลาอานนท์โผล่มา3 คนเลยนะครับโอ้ next oh no หายไปแล้วคนเมื่อกี้หายไปแล้ว she's gone okay next please ข้อใดไม่ใช่คลื่นแผ่นดินไหว it's not the earthquake wave it's not the name of earthquake waveนั่นโผล่มาอยู่ยังโผล่มาอีกเลยเนี่ย ยังโผล่มาขึ้นผิวดินโอ้ยตายเอ้ยเดี๋ยวต้องไปดูรีเซลว่าใครตอบผิดนะเนี่ยไม่ให้ผ่านจริงด้วยnext pudding พุดดิ้งโอ้โบคัมแบ็กไหนเขาบอกเขารู้เลยนะโบคัมแบ็ก3 in a row ไม่ธรรมดาnext ครับคลื่นแผ่นดินไหวที่ขึ้นได้เร็วสุดครับ fastest earthquake wave which one fastest ปลายเลยทีนี้มีผิวดินด้วยเนาะเรียนก็เรียนไปแล้วเนาะยังตอบไม่ถูกอีก next สิครับเอาพุดดิ้งไป10,000แล้วอะ SLT กว้างว้าวกว้าง finally you come ไอ้คนแรกๆเมื่อกี้หายไปไหนวะรู้เลยว่าใครตอบไอ้ช้อยที่ผิดพวกเนี้ยเมื่อกี้รู้เลย next คลื่นแผ่นดินไหวที่ทำให้เกิดความเสียหายแก่บ้านเรือนคือข้อใดโอ้โหข้อนี้ง่ายมากง่ายจริงๆ easy 1 ทำไมต้องไปจำตำแหน่งครับไม่จำช้อยไปจำตำแหน่งจำสีทำไมไม่เข้าใจโอ้ยคนเราเนาะเพิ่งเข้าใจ สีขึ้นรอจิ้มเลย เข้าใจแล้วใช่ไหมว่านี่คือเทคนิคนะครับโอเคนะครับอันนี้คือช้อยที่ผมหลอกเด็กได้บ่อยๆครับเปลี่ยนซะเลยนะครับโอ้พุดดิ้ง you great พุดดิ้งก็คือจำสีได้กวางมา SLT โบฝนโอเค come back โอเค nice to meet you again next ครับก็ได้เป็นชื่อของเครื่องมือวัดความไหวสะเทือนอย่าผิดนะขอร้องละโอ้ยอย่ามาเอิร์ธเควกมิเตอร์อีกไม่ตั้งใจเรียนนะเนี่ยโอ้โหเอิร์ธทีโอกราฟนี่เป็นชื่อที่แบบว่าหลอกคนได้เยอะมากเลยทีเดียวคนบางคนเอิร์ธนี่ตอบหมดเลยครับ next ครับไม่มีใครล้มพุดดิ้งแล้วมากเลยเดี๋ยวจับมือพุดดิ้งไว้ SLT โบอาจารย์ฝนครับ next ข้อใดเป็นมาตรวัดแผ่นดินไหวตามขนาดครับ magnitude โอ้คิดนานมากคนนี้สับสนแน่สับสนคนนี้สับสนนี่คนนี้เลยคนเนี่ยนานไม่ทันเลยนะครับ Mercury เฮกเตอร์ผมถามจริงใครตอบเฮกเตอร์ครับคงเขียนเตอร์แล้วใส่เลยนึกว่าข้างหน้าเป็นลิกเตอร์ใส่เลยใช่ไหมโอเค next ครับพุดดิ้งนี่ต้องเรียกว่าลอยลำเลยทีเดียวนะครับเอ้าฝนหายไปไหนแล้วเนี่ยเช็ดเหงื่อนิดนึงเช็ดเหงื่อบางทีเหงื่อมันติดนิ้วnext ข้อใดเป็นมาตรวัดแผ่นดินไหวตามความรุนแรงครับ intensity โอ้โหเร็วเลย5คนแรกเร็วมากน่านลิกเตอร์ใหม่ละเนี่ยผมว่าผมจะไม่ให้คนที่ตอบเมกะผ่านนะผมว่าเดี๋ยวผมจะไปดูรีซัลท์เลยใครตอบเมกะเลยจะไม่ให้ผ่านจริงด้วยโอเค next wow we got a result already pudding yeah and SLT and กว้างโอเคกว้าง we have the reward for you กว้าง please come to the front for the very beautiful lady so we have the reward here
thank you
congratulations you are so good and SLT very beautiful lady again so I have my heart for you and for pudding the winner is pudding and go to the pub active learning okay so the active learning this is the demonstration of active learning on the topic of earthquake is quite a general topic okay I think that it will help you to realize that when you set the active learning the student is the most important active learning is opposite to the passive learning the passive learning student just wait for the information, remember it, and take the test. But for the active learning, students are the most important. They have to join to the activity and interact with the activity, friends and teacher. Okay? They have to think deeply to practice,
to exchange idea with other, to present their idea, to defend their idea and discuss together. And that lead the student to develop their higher order thinking within the friendly environment. Okay. And the active learning, not just the student to remember the information or knowledge from the teacher, but student have to understand it, apply it, like you apply your idea in construct the model. And you can evaluate which one is the best for you, solution for you. And ultimately, you can create something from your own idea. So now is the product that show that you reach the highest cognitive level according to Bloom taxonomy. So very good. You can construct something. Okay, that's a create. So in this active learning, the students have to participate in the learning process highly, and they take responsibility in their learning. In the group, they have to help each other to work collaboratively. They have teamwork. They have to listen, to practice, to read, to think deeply until they can construct knowledge by themselves. Okay. And they use information to find out the evidence, the data, information, and the concept. Within this environment, the students mostly active participate in the activity, and teacher as a facilitator who helped support, prepare the material for them and help them when they have the problem or they have the questions during the activity. Okay, so in this active learning that I use today, many, and I use technology like Kahoot to help me. We have like a survey of the prior knowledge. We have the brainstorming, presentation, discussion, exit ticket, has a game. We have a pair work, individual work, and problem-based learning. And there are many others such as the think, pair, share, the gallery walk, the 1-minute paper, role play, debate, project-based learning, case study, learning journal, and the quiz. Okay, there are many other active learning. So I think that the way that to help you learn about the active learning, I think the best for me is to make you realize the active learning as the learner. And then when you realize that, that's the feeling of me when I participate in the active learning activity. And if it's good or if it's great, I would like you to do the active learning with your students as well. Okay?